ॐ हिरण्मयेन पात्रेण सत्यस्यापि हितं मुखं तत्त्वं पूषणपावृणो सत्यधर्माय दृष्टये. I welcome everybody to the Swadhyaya Jnana Yajna program by Academy of Yoga and Oriental Studies, Bhubaneswar. This is a lecture series on Gheranda Samhita by Dr. Indulata Das, Director, Academy of Yoga and Oriental Studies, Bhubaneswar. This is lecture number 52 of Gheranda Samhita and lecture number 10 of third chapter of Gheranda Samhita, and today we will discuss on Viparita Karani Mudra. Significance of the name Viparita Karani first. Viparita means reverse, Karana means doing, action or act. In feminine it becomes Karani, and therefore it is Viparita Karani because it is the name of a mudra, and mudra is in feminine gender. According to the rule of the Sanskrit grammar, it should be Karani, not Karana. So Viparita Karani Mudra means it is a posture. Viparita Karani is a posture in which the practitioner reverses the normal position of limbs. Now let us discuss what is the necessity of Viparita Karani. नाभिमूले वसे सूर्यस्तालुमूले च चंद्रमः अमृतं ग्रसते सूर्यस्ते सतो मृत्युवशो नरः. This is Gheranda Samhita. That means sun is situated at the root of navel, moon is situated at the root of palate, nectar flows from moon and goes down to sun. Sun devours the nectar, therefore man comes under the clutches of death. So this is the normal procedure which takes place inside the body. The nectar comes from the palate and it goes down to the navel and it is destroyed there, and thus our cells become old and they decay and ultimately they are destroyed. Then what is the way out? How to check it? Because moon is upward and sun is downward, therefore nectar flows downward and is lost. It is the position, if the position of the moon and sun are reversed, loss of nectar can be checked. So in Gheranda Samhita we find the shloka Urdhvam cha jojayat suryam chandram cha adhanayat viparita kari mudra sarvatantreshu gopita. That means one should put the sun upward and bring the moon downward. This is the Viparita Karani Mudra. It is kept secret in all systems. So what one has to do? One has to reverse the position of the normal a normal human, the position of the limbs in a normal human body. He should take the sun upward and the moon downward. Now that is called Viparita Karani. Now let us see what is the technique of Viparita Karani Mudra. In Gheranda Samhita we find this shloka Bhumau sirascha samsthapya kara yugmang samahitaha urdhvapadaha sthiro bhutva viparita karimata. That means the practitioner should put the head on the ground with hands brought together. He should spread the legs upward and remain stable in this position. So three things. One thing is the hands should be brought together. Second thing, the head has to be put on the ground. Third thing, the legs should be spread upwards. This is Viparita Karani. Now steps of Viparita Karani according to the shloka we already discussed. Number one step is Kara Yugma Samahitaha. That means bring both the hands together. Then second is Bhumau Sirascha Samsthapya. That means put the head on the ground. Number three Urdhvapadaha. Raise the feet. Number four Sthiro Bhutva. That means remain steady. Like this, one has to remain steady with his head on the ground and his legs spread upward. This is called Viparita Karani. This is the performance of a Viparita Karani Mudra by Sri Satyananda Jena. He is a member of IOS. He is a very expert performer of all the asanas, mudras and bandhas. He is doing Viparita Karani. Perfectly done. His hands are together. His head is on the ground and his legs are spread upward. This is perfect Viparita Karani. Now the benefits of Viparita Karani Mudra. In Gheranda Samhita we find the benefits of Viparita Karani Mudra. are like this. Mudrancha sadhay nityam jarang mrutyum cha naset sasiddha sarvalokesu pralayapi nasidati. That means he who practices the mudra destroys his old age problems and death. He is known as Siddha in the whole world. He is not saddened or dead even in the pralaya. The word siddhati, pralaya api na siddhati, saha pralaya api na siddhati. Even if pralaya comes, pralaya is the end of the creation. Even if the pralaya comes, he is not dead or he is not saddened. The word siddhati, the kriya siddhati is derived from the root sad. Sad means to be saddened and to die. So there will be two meanings to the said word. Siddhati may be saddened or it may be dead. So here it is a little bit exaggeration, that is allowed exaggeration in order to give importance to some matter. We sometimes in our day-to-day discussion also we sometimes do a little bit exaggeration, and in shastras also, in kavyas also, we find a little bit exaggeration, that is allowed exaggeration. So here it means he is not affected by his old age and he is not affected by death, or he is not born again after his physical death. Thus he is relieved from the pains of old age and from problems of death. Now, Viparita Karani or Sirsasana. There is a question which is often asked, that this very posture is named Sirsasana by many persons. Even in many books, this is described as Sirsasana. And how is that possible? When the Shastra says that it is Viparita Karani, and some books, other books, they say that it is Sirsasana. The answer is that in no traditional yoga book there is any asana named Sirsasana. It may be Hatha Yoga Pradipika, it may be Gheranda Samhita. In old and authentic books, the description of, there is no description of any Sirsasana. No mention in Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Gheranda Samhita, as I told you. When we come to the definition of asana, Sthira Sukham Asana. Sthira Sukham Asana means it has to be comfortable and one can remain steady in this position. And what is the motive of doing asana? Asana is meant for doing the successive yoga angas. The successive yoga angas are pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. So asana is the basic posture on which one can do pranayama, then pratyahara, then dharana, dhyana, and samadhi. Therefore, asana is mainly a posture to sit. Therefore, in the old books of yoga, we do not find the description of any Sirsasana, because Sirsasana is not a posture in which one can do pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, or samadhi. But in later literature, like Yoga Rahasya of Natha Muni, which is very later, the name Sirsasana is attributed to this posture and some related postures also. So, but originally it belongs to the Mudra group. It has to be included in Mudra, not in Asana. So there should not be any confusion between Viparita Karani and Sirsasana. And yes, in some books, some very modern books, we find another posture of Viparita Karani. That is not Viparita Karani, which is described in traditional books. This is the real Viparita Karani, which is described, which is mentioned in old books like Hatha Yoga Pradipika and Gheranda Samhita. Now, let us compare the description of Viparita Karani with the description of Hatha Yoga Pradipika. Number one, there are some similarities and there are some differences also. We will discuss both the similarities and the differences. Number one, technique in Hatha Yoga Pratipika is very short. It is too short, but in the technique in Gheranda Samhita is quite sufficient. It is complete. And in Hatha Yoga Pratipika, we find the technique, the short technique like this. It is short, but it is pinpointed, of course. Adha Sira Chodha Pada. Adha Sira means the Sira, the head downwards, and Pada means the leg should be upward. That much is written. The practitioner should remain in such a position that the head is kept below and feet are kept above. So this is the only, this much is given as the definition of Viparita Karani. But in Gheranda Samhita, we find that Karajugma Samahita and all that. Now, the duration of Viparita Karani, which is not mentioned, for how much time the practitioner should practice Viparita Karani, that is not mentioned in Gheranda Samhita, which is mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pratipika. The Hatha Yoga Pratipika says that it should be very short duration in the beginning. Gradually, the duration may increase. The practitioner should try to do Viparita Karani for a long time. It should be for a very short time. He says it is for one kshana. Adha Siraschodha Padha Khanang Sat Prathame Dine. Khanacha Kinchidadikam Abhyasacha Dine Dine. That means on the first day, the practitioner with head downward and feet upward should remain for a kshana only. And kshana is the lowest, it is the shortest unit of time. So he should remain in the posture, in the pose for the shortest unit of time on the first day. Then he should increase the time gradually, day after day. He can remain, and ultimately and subsequently he can remain for 3 hours continuously or more than that. Jama matrang tu jo abhyas hai, it is mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pratipika. Jama matra, jama means 3 hours. He can remain in the posture for 3 hours or more than that. Now, number 3, importance attached to Guru in Hatha Yoga Pratipika, which is not found in Gheranda Samhita. So, Swami Swatmarama gives stresses upon Guru. Guru Padesato Gyang Natu Sastrartha Kotebhi. Very important point, of course. This means Viparita Karani has to be learnt by the instruction of a Guru. It can't be learned by crores of discourses on Shastras. So it is a warning that don't try to learn Viparita Karani, don't try to practice Viparita Karani by reading books. You have to learn it directly from your Guru, who is capable enough to teach it. Then number 4 is increase of digestive fire, which is not mentioned in Gheranda Samhita, it is mentioned in Hatha Yoga Pratipika. Nityam abhyasa yuktasya jatharagni vivardhani. If one practices Viparita Karani Mudra regularly, his digestive fire increases. Digestive fire simply means hunger. Digestive fire increases in the practitioner who regularly practices Viparita Karani. Then there is a note of caution in Hatha Yoga Pratipika which is not found in Gheranda Samhita. It is like this: Aharo bahulastasya sampadyaha sadhakasya cha alpaharo jati bhave tagnir dahati tatkhanat. The practitioner should be provided with sufficient food. He should eat sumptuously. If he does not eat sumptuously, then his digestive fire would burn him, or digestive fire might burn him. So here, the digestive fire might burn him means burning by digestive fire means his stomach might be burned by acids, which come from the which are generated in the stomach. There might be ulcers in the stomach. If he is not supplied with sufficient food, if he does not eat sufficiently, if the stomach is not supplied with sufficient food, he might suffer from ulcers in the stomach because the acid might burn the walls of the stomach. Now number six is in number six we find more benefits, and it is one of the extra benefits. Science of geriatrics, vanish. Balitang palitang chaiva sarma sordhang nadrusyate. In Hatha Yoga Pratipika, we have also read that he does not suffer from geriatric problems. Here it is specifically mentioned that balitang palitang chaiva sarma sordhang nadrusya. That means there is no wrinkle or grey hair in the yogi after 6 months regular practice. Even if there was balita and palita, there was wrinkle and grey hair in the yogi, they will vanish if he practices for 6 months continuously. Thank you. Thank you for listening to this lecture. And if you have any question, you may write in the comment box. I shall be very happy to answer your questions.